Hi, all. Today, I want to talk about vetiver and why it's probably the most important oil in my training toolkit. Before I jump in, I want to give a little history as to how we got here. And by we, I mean me. Many know this story, so I'll keep it short. So, about 7 years ago, I went to my first doTERRA class. All my friends had already been to a class, and most had already signed up with their own wholesale accounts. And then there was me. I went to my first class because I felt obligated to do so because a friend was having that class. I even drugged my mom with me because safety in numbers, right? My point to sharing this is we all come to loving the oils by different paths. I sat in that class and soaked up the information. And honestly, 7 years ago, we really didn't know what we were doing comparative to today. Thinking that while I was there, I was just thinking that these tiny little bottles could make an impact on my life and the problems that I was personally having. So I also said that I would never do this as a business. So think about that. I'm like, oh, I told myself, who has time for that? That's just ridiculous. Why would anybody do this as a business? Well, as you can see, that part has changed over the years, and I cannot imagine not sharing doTERRA at this point in time. And the funny thing is, I would actually do it whether or not I was making money. The money is a great side effect for sharing oils. But most of us don't get into this because we want to make money. We get into this because we want to change people's lives and we want to help support people. And building an income or replacing an income by sharing oils is actually a pretty awesome experience. So, anyhow, back to vetiver. I am truly blessed at this point in my dog training business career that for the behavior work I do, I only take clients that are willing to use doTERRA essential oils. This is because I know that they work and they will give us what is needed to support the dog to allow training to occur. Now, I have to say that oils are not magic, right? Hard work goes into behavior modification, and that cannot be discounted. What the oils do is take a dog that may be reactive or fearful and help them stay under threshold, allowing training to actually occur. So even though I allow each dog I work with to self-select the oil of their choice, 9 out of 10 will choose vetiver. So vetiver. Um, what's interesting is if you watch the dogs interact with your oils, so say you have a reactive dog and you need to test your dog, what's interesting is they will give you a pretty clear indicator to what oils they prefer. So how do you use vetiver to help support your dog? You can do it 3 ways: aromatically, which means you can diffuse it at least an hour prior to a stressful event or road trip. Topically, I like to apply to the rear pads. I always apply to my hand, rub my hands together, and then apply to the bottoms of their feet on the rear pads. And then I always take what's left and I actually pet down their spine. So it's just, I don't add any more. I just pet them down. And if I know my dog likes the scent, then I'll also do the top of their head. But that's very, very rare. It's only for certain dogs that I'll do that. Internal, many dogs will lick the oil right off your fingers. It can be added to a cookie or even put into food as needed. And I talked about aromatic, topical, and internal. There are your 3 ways, right? So just last night, I had a new client dealing with some fear issues, and it was dog people fear issues. So when I got there, the dog was like, oh, no, thank you. I'm not going to see her. He actually ran out of the room. It was very evident that he was not having me whatsoever. So in the process, we finally got to chatting about oils, and she actually had some doTERRA oils, which was awesome. And she actually had the emotional aromatherapy kit, which, hey, if you've got the oils on hand, I'm going to test them to see if they work for your dog. But I tested each bottle and he didn't really give any indicator towards them. I then pulled out the vetiver and the copaiba, and he changed his tune, even licking the top of the vetiver bottle, and it was just a little sample. He then decided to settle right down next to me and listen to my every word. Like literally, he was glued to me. Like his little eyeballs were like piercing into me, and he just sat there and he watched me, and I kept talking and writing, and we worked, and it was actually really cool. By the end of the session, we were friends, and he allowed me to pet him, give him cookies. And from the point that I walked in the door to the time that I left, an hour and a half later, we were seeing a completely different dog. So, coincidence? Maybe. The product of training with essential oil support? That would be my choice answer. So, this is why when working with dogs with behavioral issues, we use our oils. It is a tool that cannot be ignored because it works so effectively for so many dogs. The key is finding the right oil combo for the problem at hand, just like in people. For more info on Vetiver, I'll put the link below. If you don't have Vetiver and would like to order it, of course, I'm happy to help you. Reach out and I will gladly share with you how you can save money with your own wholesale membership. And I'm here to empower you by giving you the education you need to be successful in your home. So that's the bottom line, folks. So if you're interested in learning more about essential oils for your dog, make sure to download my free essential oil cheat sheet. Again, I'll put the link below, and you can check out my online essential oil training for dogs. So for those that are part of our training tribe, stay tuned. Tomorrow, I will share some additional info on using Vetiver with your dog. And if you're not yet part of our training tribe, not to worry. If you download my free cheat sheet, you will be part of my training tribe, and you will get that email right in your inbox tomorrow too. So, all right, that's all for now. See y'all again soon. Bye.